Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to learn how to make this beautiful circle dress with a bell sleeve. It's a very quick tutorial and trust me, it is simple and easy to make this exact way. So if that is what you want to learn how to make for yourself, keep watching this video to the end and do not forget to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button and let's head straight to it. We're starting with our basic bodice front, okay? I have my basic dart, which is my side bust dart, and of course the waist dart, all the way to my hem where you want the dress to stop. Okay, you can decide to make yours long, and also my neckline is in the basic, meaning like you want to sew a shirt with collar. The length is optional for you. You can decide to make yours very long, whichever way it's going to come out nice. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to extend my bust about measurement all the way to the hem. Now you want to measure it from your center front using your tape rule, but I kind of eyeballed it. It's best you measure it all the way to the hem and then use your ruler to join the dotted points together. With my scissors, I'm going to be cutting on this bust apart line. I'm going to be cutting all the way up. At this point, please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, consider subscribing. Click the bell notification icon so you'll be the very first person to know whenever I post lovely tutorials like this. And do not forget to like this video and share it to other sewing platforms where they'll be needed. So when I cut all the way to my bust line, I'm going to be cutting open my side bust dart like so. Now we're going to be closing the side bust dart so we can transfer the dart to this part. Can you see it has opened on its own naturally? Remember, it's a circle dress. We need more fullness. We want a lot of fullness as possible. Okay, that reminds me, I used 5 yards of fabric, but I have some pieces left. Okay, so the more circle, the more fullness you want on your flare, the more fabric you're going to acquire or you're going to need. So I need to have more spreads. I need more slash lines. The next thing I'm going to do is to rule a line like so, all the way down to the hem. Then I'll go ahead to cut on that same line that I ruled. Now this very part you want to be careful so you do not ruin your fabric. I'm going to be cutting up onto this point, then we're cutting this way. The whole essence is to help us open up this fabric, to help us, open up the paper, like spread it out wide enough. But as you're spreading, please put in mind the number of yards of fabric you have, so you're not running short of fabric, or you go ahead to start pinning back the paper or taping it down in a way that your fabric accommodates it. Like I said, I use 5 yards, but I have some pieces left. So this is what my spread looks like. And I'll show you how I'm going to be spreading it out on the fabric. So let's cut to the back. Now heading over to the back, I also have my basic back bodice with just my basic waist dart for the back. So same thing we did to the front. I'm going to be extending the bust about measurement, or the nipple to nipple, all the way, that line, all the way to the hem. Then I'll cut all the way like so to this point. Then because I also need more fullness at the back, I'm going to be cutting on this part also. Just you want to pay attention to the way I am cutting it, so we can be able to spread that out. Remember, the more spreading, the more fullness and the more fabric it's going to consume. So I'm going to have to fold my fabric into 2. I've folded my fabric into 2. I'm going to be placing this pattern on it like so. So can you see how much I spreaded mine? You can decide to spread yours more than this. Okay, including that center front, you can decide to keep tilting it all the way till you get whatever you want. So just, it depends on the number of fabric you're using and how full you want it to be. So I'm going ahead now to cut it out based on what we have as our pattern. And now I'm going to be cutting the sleeve. Okay, I'm going to be cutting the sleeve. So you need your basic sleeve first, and of course, as you can see, I folded my fabric on a bias. So just fold your fabric on a bias, and then place your basic sleeve on top of it like so. So when you place it, make sure you have enough fullness underneath. Now I'm going to be using my ruler. Can you see the way I placed my ruler? Like you want to rule a triangle, something like that. Okay. That extension I'm making is like an extension so that allowance for the sleeve, yeah. Allowance for the armhole of the sleeve. All right. And I haven't done that. I'll go ahead to cut it out. You saw the way I placed my ruler like I want to mark a triangle. That is the way you should place your ruler, just exactly the same way you're seeing me doing here. And do not forget, we put our fabric on a bias form before we started the whole thing. This tutorial is very simple. This dress took me like, it wasn't up to 2 hours and I was done with it. So it's very simple. It's stylish. It's beautiful. Okay. So now heading over to the sewing part. This is what we are going to do. I'm not using any zipper. No, I just had to cut like 4 inches. That is the back pattern. 4 inches into the center of the back pattern. I'm just going to be using a button to close the neck part of it. So you want to join your front and back together from the shoulder, and then of course sew up your side seam. And after sewing, this is what our dress looks like. The next thing we are going to do is to attach our sleeve. So see what our dress looks like. I've sewn it up. This is what our dress looks like. We're going to be attaching our sleeve to the armhole space. All right, like you attach your normal sleeve to the armhole space. You want to pick the center part of the sleeve and make sure it's aligning with the shoulder where the front and the back meets. Okay, make sure the center is there and you're facing your back armhole to the back of the bodies, front armhole to the front of the bodies. And at the end, you guys, this is what we have. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.